Hello guys, we're going to grab the Philippine market update. Please subscribe to us on this channel and click the bell for our notifications. So let's begin. It's Thursday, May 21, 2020. So last day, second to the last day of the week. So far, I would say that the Philippine market actually started to recover. Why could we say this? Because we have some giants such as AC and SM leading the pack of your winners. Let's go again to our stats. Take a look at our most active just to see how the market movement for the day is. So if we go to our index, your top gainers for the day is actually Mega World 3%, Pure Gold 3%, you've got AC 2.9%, SM is about 2%, Globe was able to stay strong at about 2270, 2280. You have a lower move for SM Prime down 2%, but as a whole, we could say that the market is trying to slowly inch its way up. We're up about 22 points, 5.6. We're really trying to defend that 5.5 index line. And for the first time, we don't have new 52-week lows. So I was saying that last few days ago, one of the weakness of the market is that we created 8 new 52-week lows and then 4 52-week new lows. If you go like a few days past, that was really what was happening. And one thing that's good is that the market value is starting to recover. Yesterday was just 2.7 billion pesos. Now it's about 4 billion. Your decliners are still quite a lot, 86, but it's not as big as before. So let's go to our stats. If you go to the most active, you could see all the trades. From your largest trades, it would normally still be the index names with a few low non-index players on the way. So let's take a look from the top 1 to 27. So your SM Prime is down 29 pesos. You've seen Pure Gold start to recover. This is a value trade of 335 million, up from 45 to 46.35. BDO continues to be a laggard, down 1 peso. Globe is steady, 2270. That's a big jump from 2080 a few weeks ago. Ayala Land is still strong at 32 pesos. AC and SM displayed quite some strength. And given that AC and meaning SM has about 16% of your index, AC has about 9%. That is a good strong combination. If your AC and SM are strong, you can generally see that the market will carry its weight upward. URC is strong at about 2%, 124. Metrobank is still down, but slightly already. So you could see that it has stopped falling further and further. The 52-week low of Metrobank is 32.90. So we're seeing a few people try to pick up Metrobank, which is a sign that if the weakest if the weakest laggards of the market, such as the financials, are at least trying to recover, you could somehow see that the market is trying to pick its way up, even if it's just crawling. Of course, Meralco is strong, still 276. This is a big thing. Telephone, which is utility, is good. It's doing 1216. The rest are still okay. So tech is fine. Dito Telecom is 227, not so bad. That's a 5% move for the day. The utilities, in fairness, are carrying the market as well. Not so bad. At least they're trying to outperform our market weakness. And this is a good thing to see that somehow your properties, such as Mega World, is trying to recover, albeit some small value traded, 3% at 264. You've got Robinson's Land up 3%, 15 pesos. And Security Bank, at least for the day, after falling since May 13, since that MSCI announcement, has stopped bleeding every single day. Security Bank is now 85.80. So we'll see these all in the charts. Let's take a look at the charts first. So this is your Philippine Stock Index. For a week or 2 weeks now, it's really been just steadily sleeping at about 5.5. We'll just dig into the charts today. I don't have a lot of news to share. So You could see that we have been trading within a small range, and PSEI is really being carried by your typical SM and AC. So what I'm saying is the biggest move for the day, if I would choose, would be SM and Ayala Corp's resilience. So this is good for Ayala Corp. You could see that this is a steady range. This is a steady uptrend. This is strong for Ayala Corp, which bodes heavily, this heavily weighted in the index. So that is actually a good thing, an uptrend channel. Whether it can hit 760, this is a good move in my view. We also saw in terms of resilience, as I was saying, this is one of the few days that we actually some banks try to stop the bleeding. So normally you would see that after a big drop for a security bank, that it will continue to fall, potentially even retesting 80. The fact that it didn't have a red candle today is a good sign. We can also see that the battered ones in your heavily MSCI deletes, at least for the day, didn't go new lows. M-wide, let's take a look in all the negative MSCI, no? You want to look at all the weak names so that you could see whether if the weak names can start trying to walk, then the market can at least celebrate about them. So what I'm saying here is that actually yesterday I said that you have to think of you have to be thinking bullishly about the market if your weakest links are starting to find their footing. What that means is that if your airline sector, such as Macro Asia, and your airline sector, which is definitely the weakest company in the Philippines, is trying to find its weighting, that's a good thing. It means that you don't just need your Michael Jordan, even a bench player can win the game. So this was my thought actually. If you are the cause of the decline, you will not bottom out when the market bottoms. So definitely we know that the Philippine market already bottomed at 4,000. But if you are the cause of the decline, you are the reason why the world is crumbling and you bottom later. That is why you see that even if SM and EC has already gone up, you see that there are names such as MegaWide, Macro Asia, they are still at new lows, but what we're seeing is that if the weakest links are now trying to recover, even that recovery is a good sign. How come? Because it means that your bench warmer can shoot the hoops. Obviously, the airlines were the culprit. That's a reality. There's a huge dichotomy going on with the airlines. What are the bad names that you know? In the US, it would be easy. That's Expedia, that's Delta Airlines. You could also name all the energy stocks. You can also name all the cyclical industries. Now, if the weakest links of the stock market is carrying us up, it wherein you used to have only Michael Jordan carrying the weight of the team on his shoulders, that is a good thing. So normally, one of the things that I'm looking at in the Philippines is how are the best leaders and how are the weakest stocks are moving. For instance, of course, supermarket is one of your best leaders in the market. That is natural given our situation wherein only essential kind of jobs and food and supermarkets as well as pharmacies are considered essential, and they were not closed the entire COVID pandemic. So the fact that we were saying that pure gold remains tightly held at about 45 to 50, we could see that this is a very strong tandem. This is your Michael Jordan of the Philippines, and that's a good thing. Right now, we're just really waiting for the market to give us any sign of a catalyst for a move higher. And as you could see, the strong volumes in this rally continues to be a good thing. And the fact that we actually stopped the bleeding after a massive drop of about 5 pesos in the last week means that, and with volume, means that at least there are some people who wants to bet on pure gold, even if the earnings could take before June 15, as the company said. Now, this is also a good sign to see. Mrs. G, of course, disappointed on their earnings, but given that this company continues to have 2 billion in cash and will give about 200 million pesos in cash dividends this coming quarter, we are seeing that it hasn't dropped anymore to new lows. So it's trying to bottom out and make a crawling consolidation here at about 154 to 170. That's a good thing. Let's look at your banks. So we were saying that banks are your weakest. If your weakest names are trying not to fall, that's a good thing. That means that the failures of your class, are not failing anymore. Maybe they're becoming D, not A students, but from F going to D, then D to C, C to B plus or B. That's a good thing. So if we're seeing that Metro Bank doesn't want to go new lows, when you see the weak names retesting those previous lows, then you could see that the market is trying to recover. It means that it is a retest of those bottoms. So that's a weak link that's becoming bought out. Now, another weak sector, which is Cebu Pacific, let's take a look. So Cebu Pacific had a low of about 35. Of course, we saw Macro Asia make new lows. So could airlines make new lows? Can Cebu Pacific fall 36? That's possible. But if we could see that Cebu Pacific falls below 36 and gets picked up the same way as Macro Asia was picked up at 350 and thereby subsequently rallying, that's a good sign. It means that even on a new lows, somebody is willing to buy your company, which is a weak company, saying that these people who are buying are willing to be contrarian. Being contrarian when the market in itself is weak is a good thing. Of course, why am I slightly happy for the day? It's because, of course, you see that the strong leaders from the Globe to the PLDT to the Pure Gold to the URC, they are very strong. I mean, the fact that Globe, this is your outperformer, your index is just here, your Globe is up here, it tells you a lot about the strength of Globe versus the rest of the market. Now, can Globe go all-time highs? Because it's the only one that's carrying our Philippine market so far. Well, if Globe further rallies, it's good for your PLDT. It's also going to be good for your Dito Telecom. So Globe Telecom is doing well. I mean, you take a look at other telecom sectors, there's only three. Although this is a bit speculative. Okay. So this is the telecom that fell a lot. There's no numbers yet. But you could see that this is also a strong move since the March lows. This is from 1 all the way to 240. That's about more than 100%. This consolidation is seen as a profit taking with a lower volume. And that actually tells you that, hey, if the telecom sector is doing well, trying to carry our market up, that's a good thing. You could see that just the fact that SM and AC are being bid is a good thing. I like the fact that no matter how weak your news is, the market is ignoring any bad news and it's actually able to stay strong despite very few. I still think I want a value traded to go higher, but we're seeing that this day, Thursday, is better than your Wednesday or your Tuesday. There's no strong movement or anything like when you look at the most active gainers. So SSP 17 million. Okay, we take a look at that. Dito. So Dito actually is a good move today. Dito Telecom is 65 million. The other good moves were Mega World, Pure Gold, Ayala Corp. Let's take a look in Mega World. So Mega World is actually a property. As we said, a lot of people are bearish properties for the right reasons after seeing the earnings report. And of course, after there's speculation that there are really lower number of commercial spaces needed or office spaces needed in this world. So after a drop of 189, we're seeing that Mega World is slowly trying to stay sane above 249. We'll see if this consolidation for Mega World will stay steady. From a Fibonacci retracement, it has still just recovered only 50% at 3, and it's trying to stay above this 242 handle. So 242 is your further support for Mega World. If you could see it break 274, that's a better thing. So we'll see, but this is a good thing that it is at least trying to recover. We'll need some more validation on your volume. Let me just see. Is 60 million a good volume? Okay, Ditos had 62 million. This move is good, but the volume we still need to make it higher. But yeah, this is a valid bullish sign that there are people willing to bet on this telecom sector, Dito Telecom. What else we're up? SSP. Generally speaking, if the liquidity is so small and then it's very erratic and then it goes high volume, you want to check it, but the volume could be very difficult because SSP doesn't normally trade in your top 10, top 20 most active. Yeah. Oh, I forgot this. So Bloomberry is actually doing quite well. It's actually consolidating in this five area. We've seen a lot of casinos already reopen abroad. So this has to do with reopening signs. We'd say that just like other people trying to bargain hunt, casino is a sector that got decimated and hasn't significantly recovered from their lows. So if this one, which is about 25% higher than your 4,000 PSEI low, we like that because that means that it's stronger than perceived. If it could stay above that, then we might see at least a tradable range, either a channel or either just this rectangular box. So anything could still happen from the chart, as we can see that there's still no volume, but as long as it's above this gap at 490, then you could say that there's a lot of people willing to bet on your Bloomberry and accumulating while it's sleeping here. Yeah, so there's not much news for the day. I wish you well for Thursday, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the end of the market wrap up. And I like you guys to join us for our 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Zoom class, where we give free Friday classes every single Friday. Bye bye. Thank you.